Hello, it's me, Dan, and in this video I wanted to give my answer to a question I was asked of what is my opinion on breatharianism. And breatharianism, I believe, is this idea that rather than being sustained on food and water and materials to nourish the body, you are instead simply subsisting of sort of cosmic currents or energy of the world around you. I do believe that this is possible, though it's a very advanced technique and requires a great deal of wisdom and power and understanding. And this isn't something you can just jump into. In fact, it's something where you would have many sort of developments and evolutions of yourself well before you had the capacity to do this. However, that doesn't mean that you should not pursue it. It just means that you shouldn't be overly aggressive in your pursuit of it and suddenly stop eating and drinking. So I want to make that clear. Don't stop eating and drinking just because you want to pursue this idea of being a so-called breatharian. Now, personally, I find that term to be not the best descriptor of it because you are subsisting on these deeper currents, so it's more of a, I would call it a cosmic energy-atarian. And so, essentially, and I'll explain why I believe it's possible, and it's the same reason I believe basically anything you want to do is possible. It's because, essentially, the universe is infinite, and there's this deep power that everything that is manifest draws upon in order to be manifest in form. Essentially, there are these deeper layers to reality, and everything is simply drawing upon that or being the reflection of that, and that is sort of the source of everything. So if you had a new form you wanted to create, or do something new that had never been done before, you would simply need to draw on this source of power to fuel and give life and form to this new thing you're trying to do. So similarly, you could potentially draw upon this deep life force, and to clarify that, think about the fact that the universe is very big and is constantly growing. Everything on this planet alone is growing, and all of the energy shooting out from the sun constantly, and then consider that there are millions and billions and trillions of stars in our universe. And think about how much power is coming through and being exhibited by all of those stars and all of those planets and all of that life. That's a lot of power, and that means that there's a source for that power. So if you can tap into that power that creates all of this physical form, you can use that power to create physical forms within your own body, such as whatever type of nourishment that you do in fact need. But again, this requires the capacity to very, very powerfully draw upon this source of power. And so what is this source of power, and how can you draw upon it? Well, one way that you could define this source of power is that it's your own soul, it's your own deepest nature, it's your own God or prime creator nature, which is in everything. And so you can draw upon this power and thus fuel various aspects of your life, and thus anchor in this God self, this God part of you, and grow very powerful and strong. And that's really the concept of self-mastery, is getting ever more of this infinite power into your own being. So that's an idea of what it is, one idea. There are other ways of looking at it and examining it, and for our purposes, I want to give a brief technique that you can do to experience this. I don't like to talk about things that are just ideas, or I don't talk about anything that I just heard from someone or read in a book or saw on the internet. I like to do things based on what I've actually experienced, and I'd like to help give you the experience of actually tuning into your own soul right now, if you'd like to follow along with the technique I'm about to do. So the first step is to deeply relax and just be calm and in a comfortable position. Take a few moments to actually relax. It's important to relax frequently, and that allows you to be more open and accepting of what you're going to do and also be more focused. Anytime you need to be more focused, just relax. So as you're relaxing, start to feel and take note of whatever part of your being you determine to be the deepest part of yourself. This is a part that's always been with you. It's always been there. In your spectrum of feeling and perception, there's always been this deepest part. And I want you now to very consciously and focusedly pay attention and focus on that. Perceive it, and perceive it just however you feel it and in whatever way. You see, rather than me giving you a specific technique, I'm telling you to do it whatever way you like, because every soul is unique. That's what individuates one soul from another. It's uniqueness. And as a result of that, you might have a different way of tuning into your own soul from someone else. So simply feel in whatever way you feel it, the deepest part of your own being, and start to really pay attention to that part, and really anchor in and align with those feelings and perceptions. So take a moment to do that silently, and I'll be doing it too, and that will create a resonance which will help you do it further. So feel free to continue this technique while I talk, or you can pause it and continue the technique, and you can do this technique at any time. This doesn't have to be something just to do for the ends of becoming a cosmic light-atarian or cosmic energy-atarian. This is sort of the one basic introductory technique for how you tune into your own power source. And something important to keep in mind, that when you do this and when you draw upon your own power, you effectively heal the world and others around you. You radiate out this incoming power source just naturally, the way the sun does. The sun has this deep internal source of power and radiates it out. And as you draw upon your own source of power, you're simply filling the world with more power. Through this idea of resonance, you're uplifting and empowering the world around you. And so, if you want to heal the world, always heal yourself first, and then you'll have the power to heal the world. So, once again, please don't rush into being a Breatharian or a cosmic energy-atarian, but start to actually master yourself if that is your goal. Master yourself, master this alignment with your soul, and just start practicing these techniques more and more, and you will find yourself becoming more powerful and happier and more empowered. And with that, I hope you have a great day. Bye.